Hey, what's up, guys? Vegas J is back, and I've got a pretty exciting, not show, but a pretty exciting video to show you guys today. It's called Super Squares. I've played this live many times. It's actually a system that was taught by, I believe, Russell Hunter is the originator of it, and it's a pretty good strategy. You need to kind of pay attention a little bit during the game, and if you're in Vegas and you're drinking, it does become a little, somewhat challenging when you're dropping the next numbers. I'll get into it in just a second, but I want to show you guys this because the claim is how you can turn $63 into $25,000. I'm going to repeat that. $63 into $25,000 in 5 hours. Now, we're not going to do a 5-hour video, but we are going to shoot, not shoot, but we're going to check out this strategy. I'm going to start a new game. I always like to start new with, as you guys know, get rid of this. Because $2,500 bankroll, I think, is a pretty legitimate starting point. You know, you don't have to go in with $2,500, but the whole claim behind the $63 is, I think at this particular or that table, you could bet 50 cents. And honestly, I don't know what table anywhere, at least that I can see, that you can bet 50 cents. Actually, that's not true. You can bet 50 cents on some of the live roulettes. Well, there you go. So $63 in 5 hours, $63, turn it into $25,000. In 5 hours. All right, so let's check it out. It's called Super Squares. Now, we need a base number, so I'm just, for shits and giggles, oops. God, James, come on. I'm going to go red 23 because that's my mom's number and our number. Just to get a base number. All right, base number is 3. Okay, so the way this works, I know. Yeah, punk. You bet $1. And there's a betting sequence. Don't worry, I'll explain that as we get to it. I'm going to pull up a photo real quick because I took it so that I could see what it is. Okay, so the betting sequence is, you know, 25. Okay, $1, $2, $3, $5, $10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so you'll see kind of how this works out. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. All right, so 2 things. I need to get rid of the 23 because that was just for fun. We put a number at the corner, which is squares, super squares, right? And we're covering these 4 numbers. Spin it. Got a $1 bet in. We started with 2,500. We'll see what this looks like in about 15 minutes. All right, so black 15. All right. Now, the cool thing about this is this pays 8 to 1, so you don't technically need to double up right away. So the way that he kind of explains it is now we're going to go to 15. And we're trying to do the bottom right corner. This is a little unique because we've had two where we've kind of had to put it a little off than where you normally would. And here's what I mean by that. If the number were 22, we would want to put it in the bottom right corner. That's very important, okay? Bottom right corner of the table. Now, you can't obviously do that on this side or down here. So what you would do in that situation is what we just did, is you would put it, you know, kind of in this center. All right, what was the last number? 15. We're on 15. All right, let's do it, baby. Now, there is a point where you start to double up, but again, it is 8 to 1. Down there. Now, let's do... That is wild. You don't normally see it do this many on that one side. So here's what we're going to do now. So it is 8 to 1. This is our third kind of sequence. I'm going to go ahead and put in a double bet. All right. Now, we're about to come up to something a little tricky, so this is where I want you guys to... Mother fudge nuts. And I love this because, look, dude, this is reality, right? You're going to get that. Now, here's what's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight losses, right? So when a 0 occurs, you don't do anything but lick your wounds and go back at it. All right, black 29. It's a good one. So now we're on the 4th cycle, and this is where you only go 4 levels deep, okay? And allow me to explain. Unbelievable! Oh, no, wait, sorry. 29. Okay, so now we're going to do that too. So now we're at, you know, all of these are $2 bets right now. $2 bets. And that's it. So the next, if we don't win on this one, this is where you kind of want to pay attention to the beginning, but I'll explain what I mean by that. 10. 10. Okay, so the way he explains it is that once you've reached the 5th level, which we're on now, you drop your last bet. So you get rid of this one to kind of maintain just 4 levels of bankroll. So here's what we're going to do. Actually, I guess they're right there, so I don't have to remember it. Okay, clear it. Now you realize this is easier to play on electronic. If you're trying to play this on a live game, you can do it, but you got to pay attention. So 3 was the number that we started with. We're going to drop that number now, and we are going to go back to our 15. All right, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do $4 on that because we're on the 4th. We're actually on the 4th or 5th sequence. 35. Boop, boop. 3, 4. Not 00. Although I guess you could play 00, but we're gonna not do that. 4, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is the part where it gets a little tricky. Once this rolls, if we win, wonderful. If we don't, then we're gonna drop the next 4 and go on to the next one, right? So that part of the strategy gets a little challenging. I mean, I've played this live. I've won some money. Honestly, guys, I've lost a bunch of money too. Because you can go on this streak forever, dude, and just keep kind of trying to double up and things like that. And before long, you're eating into your, where are we at? 244 or 2,444? That's not that bad, actually. But you can burn through your bankroll pretty quickly. So be careful with that. So again, we're dropping 15. So let's clear. And we're going 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Because we're doubling the bet. 8. 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and then 23. Okay, so that's how the strategy works, and we're going to play it out. So far, it hasn't done really well. But it's interesting. A lot of times, man, I'm crushing on this in the live tables, and I guess if it's in a live table versus a simulator, you want the live table to work. But listen, pay attention. It's not always like that, right? So we've lost quite a few times in a row, right? So what was the last one? We were on 15. Now we're dropping 35. Okay. This is just so I can remember. And now we're getting into the big numbers, man. And I don't know about that, dude. All right, 29, 10. 23, 18. Now, we were at 12. Oops. We were at 12, so it's 24. Now, at this point, honestly, if I'm playing this live, which I'm playing this live, but you know what I mean. If I'm playing this for real money, the question I have to ask myself is, am I comfortable making an $80 bet on this since I've lost like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hands in a row? Probabilities of losing 10 is possible. It's awful quiet over here. Okay, so we won. We won $180. Right, so $100 profit. But let's clear this. All right, so you saw that got a little, I don't know if scary is the right term, but you can see how this can get out of hand really quickly. So I'm going to stop talking. We're just going to play this out for a little while. I will kind of explain how the drop-off part works, because that's the only kind of confusing part with regards to betting and things, with regards to like where you move your chips. So we're starting over. We're going to go back to dollar chips so that you have the ability to kind of move up that sequence of betting. And let's get to it. We're up $28. So that sequence, even though it got a little, we had almost, nine losses in a row, we still came out $28 profit. So just think about that. $63 you start with and $25,000 in 5 hours. I guess it's possible if you just keep grinding and you don't have someone like me gabbing your ear off. All right, let's do it. So 13. All right, spin. I typically play this on the electronic one, because I'm going to get rid of that noise because I don't like that. I'll finish that thought in just a second. Where did we go? So we just hit 6. Okay. Boop. Now, I believe that strategies, you're supposed to go, it's still 8-1, so I'm not going to double up just yet. The betting sequence in that is kind of, I don't know if it's up to you, but got to be careful doubling up. Again, as you know, I'm not that I'm Mr. Fibonacci. I highly recommend you just do the Fibonacci sequence as you bet through stuff, which is what I plan on doing. Oh, that's not true. I'm going to follow his sequence on Super Squares and see where we get. Okay, what was the last number? 32. Boom. Okay. And you know what? We're going to do 2 and move through the sequence. All right, so the last one that we had was 13, just in case we got to drop that bad boy. I think that was the last one, too, we had. 35. Okay, so we went. So there you go. And I cut it off so I didn't get to hear the dun, dun, dun. Only heard the negative. All right, so there you go. There are going to be times, naturally, that you just win right away. So let's clear this out. And then basically, so we're up $37, and you basically start again. Now, this is just because I'm using dollar bets. You can use whatever units you want, $5, $10, etc. I think if you're on a live table, meaning like one that you're like an online game, you can bet 50 cents and just, you know, kind of stay alive, if you will, in that situation. I might play this actually coming up live. Right now I'm kind of on a Baccarat kick, but anyway, not the point. I may play this a little bit later live so you guys can see what the 50 cent marks looks like. But again, let's just keep playing. We're at 35. It is a fun strategy when you win, as all strategies are. And I think that's the cool part, is that it's all fun and games. Strategy's wonderful because it's working until it doesn't work. You know, when you find yourself on 10 losses like we just did, or 12 or 14, you know, do you have it in you to keep with the strategy? I don't know. You just have to test yourself. It's easy to bet on this because, again, it's not real money. But I will tell you, when you play online, look, we just won again. Boom, baby, Super Squares. We did win that, right? Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Slowly moving up, right? Slowly moving up. We clear away. We're up $43. You know, nothing to write home about, but, you know, you can get a coffee at Starbucks. 1, baby. Triple ones. Let's see if we can get that. That'd be cool. So again, I'm just following the squares, right? So wherever the number went, I'm putting it in the bottom right corner, if I can. Okay. 31 was the number? Yeah. Okay, so boom, squares, square, thus the name Super Squares. All right, spin it. Spin it. 30. Okay, cool. I don't like that noise, as you know. 30. Now, we're going to do 2, 2, 2, because now we're moving up the betting sequence of the Fibonacci. Fibonacci 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 6, 8, 13, 34. Oh, okay. It's all right. 3 is the number. 2, 3. And that may be where you know, again, kind of trying to pay attention and make sure that you get it all covered. It's difficult when you're playing it live. Unless you're on an electronic one, because then you have plenty of time and no one's rushing you. 24. Okay, so the first one that we had was... What was the first one that we were dropping? Oh, it was 1. Okay, so clear. All right, so we dropped that last one off. And remember, after 4 rolls, the 5th one, you drop that last. That's the part I think that gets most confusing. Is that once you hit 4, you want to drop that last one off. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning we dropped 30 off. So clear. So we're going to go 22. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on the 8th sequence of the betting. So it's going to be $8 per square. So 24. I'm going to load this up for you guys. Wait, 22. Okay, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3. 1, 2, 3. And 30.